Beneath the golden African sun, where the Zambezi River weaves its ancient path, a love was born, a love never meant to be. Tadiwa, a humble fisherman's daughter, lived by the river's edge, where the waters whispered secrets only she could hear. She was as wild as the wind, as free as the birds that soared above the baobab trees. Her father, a simple but wise man, taught her that love should never be caged, but in her village, love was not a choice, it was a duty. Nyasha, the firstborn son of Chief Matanga, was bound by tradition. He was to marry Chiedza, the daughter of a wealthy landowner, a union that would strengthen the chief's power. But fate had other plans. One evening, as the Zambezi River blazed with the colors of the setting sun, Tadiwa stood at its edge, singing softly as she washed fish. She did not hear the footsteps behind her. When she turned, her eyes met Nyasha's, and for a moment, the world stood still. "You have the voice of the river itself," he said, stepping closer. "And you," she replied, "have the eyes of a man who carries the weight of the world." From that moment they were bound, not by tradition, not by duty, but by something deeper. They met in secret under the ancient baobab tree, where the night birds bore witness to their stolen moments. But love, like the river, cannot be hidden forever. One fateful night, Chiedza followed Nyasha into the shadows. She watched from the darkness as he held Tadiwa, as he whispered words meant only for her ears. A storm brewed in Chiedza's heart, anger, betrayal, jealousy. She would not be cast aside like a forgotten ember. The next morning, the village was in an uproar. Chief Matanga summoned Nyasha before the elders. "Is it true?" his father's voice thundered. "Have you dishonored your people by choosing a fisherman's daughter over your duty?" Nyasha's heart pounded. He turned to Tadiwa, her eyes filled with silent strength. He knew he had a choice, to bow to tradition or fight for love. But before he could speak, Chiedza stepped forward. "You should know," she said, her voice as smooth as honey but laced with venom, "that the girl you love is not who she claims to be." Gasps filled the air as Chiedza held up an old pattern, a relic long ago. "She is the daughter of a man who wants to fight his village and hate his life. His blood is cursed." Tadiwa froze. She had never known the truth of her past, never questioned where she came from. But now, the village turned against her, whispers like sharp knives in the wind. Chief Matanga's face darkened. "You will never be my son if you choose her," he declared. "Leave her, or leave this village forever." Nyasha's breath came fast. He looked at his father, at the people he had known all his life, then at Tadiwa, the woman who held his heart. And then, as the first light of dawn touched the river, he took her hand. "I choose love," he said. The village erupted in chaos. The elders shouted. Chiedza screamed. Chief Matanga turned his back on his only son. But Nyasha and Tadiwa ran. They ran toward the river, toward the unknown, toward a future they would carve for themselves. And as they stood by the water's edge, with the sun rising behind them, they made a vow stronger than tradition, deeper than blood. No matter what fate had in store,